Oh boy. The WNBA is set to come back on Saturday, July 25th in the gym of the IMG Academy Ascenders in Bradenton, Florida, with a 22-game season to continue the 26th year of WNBA basketball. Now, the most important question I want to ask you, the viewer, is who cares? Yes, Alvini Linguine does not want to see the WNBA start up a 22-game regular season in the midst of the corona pandemic. And before y'all start mass disliking the video, cancel me on Twitter, get Sky Jackson to fucking dox me, or whatever else y'all niggas do, give me a chance to explain myself. I, of all people, will not spend the whole video clowning on the WNBA. I have nothing to gain from that at all. I just want to make a video based on facts that helps my argument to debate why the WNBA should just stop operations and honestly just chill out, and why it kinda shouldn't be a thing in the first place, while adding the usual Alvini Linguine charm that is on every usual video of mine. With that being said, let's try to hit the usual like goal of 1,000 likes, and let's get on with the video, shall we? You already know who it is. Roll it!
He incurred an injury dealing with weights in the weight room, so he's stitched up in the left hand doing all this.
It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
Just like in my video where I talked about why I didn't want the NBA to come back during this whole pandemic mess, I argued that the NBA wouldn't be the same due to the players not being able to play in the league due to many issues and how it will drop the quality of basketball that we are used to. Now, the same thing applies here with the WNBA, but this time, it's like 10 times worse. Let me tell you some of the names of players who are sitting out, and believe me, I don't blame you if you don't know who they are, just knowing the consensus of people that don't watch the WNBA. So I'll just add next to their names what they are known for, and just basically the effect they'll have on the league when they don't play. So first we have Liz Cambage, a 3-time All-Star, Chiney, I don't want to try to pronounce that because I might get it wrong, so yeah, y'all just go on and roast me in the comments, I don't care. A 2-time All-Star, Maya Moore, a 6-time All-Star, and a former league MVP, Jonquel Jones, a 2-time All-Star, Christy Tolliver, a 3-time All-Star, and Tiffany Hayes, who is another All-Star player. Now, if you notice what I said about all of those people are literally All-Star level players. Now, them not playing leaves a big hole of talent not showing up, especially Maya Moore, who is literally a MVP winner. Now, currently in the NBA, they don't have the problem of All-Stars and MVP candidates not playing unless they literally have the Rona. But in this case, in the WNBA, they just choose not to play this season. So again, the WNBA already has a problem with talent, and you think that literal All-Stars leaving will help anything at all for the league's talent pool. Even here, as you can see, is a chart that shows how much total win shares each team is losing out on with their players not playing, and as you can see, the Washington Mystics is missing a lot of their championship roster from last year. And you think it would be fair for them to play without them going at it full strength? It's literally just last year's MVP, Elena Delle Donne, and the rest of the team, since 3 of her best teammates are out. Speaking of last year's MVP, Elena Delle Donne, she also wanted to sit out due to her having Lyme's disease. You know, the disease that is known to give flu-like symptoms, major joint pain, and cause weakness in limbs, all things literally that can make her worse at her performance on the court. But the WNBA basically just said, nah, and told her to play with it. And you want to know why? It's because she's literally one of the faces of the league. The league already has a problem with people not knowing or really caring who they are, and honestly, if they put a gun up to my head and told me to name 5 current WNBA players, y'all, I'm as good as dead. So what is it going to make them look like when the MVP of last year sits out? But that was honestly a shitty thing to do, and for a selfish ass reason. But as of now, they're kind of working with her. They told her they can get her money, and yeah, she's there right now at IMG, but the plan is for her not to play. But even then, she should be allowed just to go home and heal, basically. Secondly, I want to mention a bigger problem that the WNBA faces, and it's everything on the financial side. Let me read you a quote from Adam Silver talking about how much money the WNBA takes from the NBA, as he says in a 2018 interview. He says, on average, we've lost over $10 million every year we've operated. The WNBA is what I like to think of as a leech. In fact, It's almost safe to say that the NBA is the WNBA's sugar daddy at this point. The WNBA loses money every single year almost since its peak in the mid-2000s, and now we're about to have them playing in IMG's courts with no tickets being sold, which means even more money is going to be lost overall. Well, it's not like it really mattered since teams literally gave away tickets for free to boost attendance numbers. Oh, y'all didn't know that? Well, now you do. Now, with the mix of no one going to the games and how they never turn a profit in the first place, we should all expect in the shortened season that the WNBA will again lose a lot of money. But we already know that they'll go to the NBA offices asking for a bailout because of it. Oh, and one more thing I want to mention real fast, y'all paying your players more won't help your financial situation, so they'd rather as well cancel the season before they take even more money away from the NBA. But let me be the first to say that y'all should be grateful to even play the sport you love for money. Last year, the average WNBA salary was $79,000. I don't know about y'all, but I'll definitely take that in a heartbeat and then go play overseas to make more money after the season. Then, if I become good enough, then I can get a brand deal while I'm at it. But no, they cry about not getting NBA level salaries, which is totally ridiculous to even ask for in the first place. Now we're finally on my last point, on what I think is probably the most damaging factor of no one caring if the WNBA came back. It's truly just the reputation y'all have as a brand. The majority of people make jokes about the WNBA than to actually watch it. You can find countless amounts of videos of people saying the same stuff that I am. People making fun of the WNBA, people mocking the WNBA, just shit like that. Do they deserve it? On one hand, yes, and on another hand, no. But mainly because some of these WNBA players think they can actually compete with the NBA. When you have Brittany Griner saying she can beat an in his prime DeMarcus Cousins, but you're over here missing 3 straight wide open dunks on national television on SportsCenter, the internet will be looking at you like you're crazy. Because as we all know, if it's on the internet, it's never going away. You have countless amounts of WNBA players shitting on NBA players for making stupid amounts of money just because they don't. When you have scandals of the lesbian NBA players hazing the straight ones to go on the other side forcefully, that's going to make your reputation look bad as a brand. When videos shitting on the WNBA gets more views than the ones of y'all doing good or y'all actual highlights from your league's channel, it's going to make y'all reputation look bad. Now, do you want some advice, ladies? Give people a product that people would actually want to pay for, and then you can make some money like that. But as long as you can't, well, at least you can say you play basketball as a profession and made some money while doing it. When people would rather watch Flight Reacts basketball videos than a WNBA game, you know you fucked up. And again, let me say, just let Elena Delle Donne sit out, you fucking idiots. You're gonna make her situation or her body worse. And then when her production goes down, who's gonna be the new face of the league? But again, y'all reputation as a league is really fucked up, and y'all chances of a lot of people watching your games when the season starts is really, really low. And you know what? Let me tell you what makes that worse. The actual NBA season is literally going on this year at the same time as the WNBA season, meaning there is no chance y'all will get much viewership from that. But to go over what I said in a quick summary and to give y'all some compliments, it is good that women can play sports at the highest level of competition against each other. Girls can ball. However, when you have all this shit that happens in the WNBA on a yearly basis, like fucked up possessions almost on the regular, not anything exciting happening to make your brand more viewable, scandals, and in general, the meme culture we have in this generation that I am part of, y'all did not have much of a chance in the first place. I will be the first to say, yes, females can ball, but even though I say that, I would still rather pay $100 for an NBA ticket and watch the 2 worst teams in the league play against each other than to watch an NBA game courtside for free. Mainly because I'd be more entertained with my time and my money, in this case, at an NBA game than at a WNBA game. And for all the reasons I stated throughout the video, that is why I believe that no one cares for the WNBA coming back this season. Or if you're in the minority, you do care. With that being said, I hope you learned something new today and enjoyed the video. Again, this video wasn't intended to shit on the WNBA per se, more as it was to state my honest opinion on why I believe the WNBA would not be missed if it skipped the season. But I guess it's safe to ask, what are y'all opinions on the WNBA, and what do you think of my opinion on the subject, as it would be appreciated if you started a conversation on this subject as I answer all comments. But let's go on and get this outro started. Follow my social medias to get an inside look of the life of Alvini and to get channel updates. Follow my Twitch where I stream weekly and to get quality entertainment from yours truly. And finally, I'd appreciate it if you supported the channel by leaving a like, sharing the video, and subscribing if you are new. With all that out of the way, this is your boy, Alvini Linguine, saying peace. And really, 22 fucking games, how was that supposed to show who's the best team in the regular season?
Okay, so my debate is about the WNBA.
Oh God, okay.
And
What about the
talk
WNBA?
Personally, I think they should cancel it, but they could make it more interesting. They could make it more interesting by maybe like lowering the goal. Maybe like making them like, I don't know, like wear some, I don't know, some more revealing clothing or something. I don't know.
Oh wait, what did you just say?
Maybe some, bikinis or some shit.
No, absolutely not. No, we can't have that. No, Top J Fresh. No.
You can put the goal down to like 9 feet, so some people can dunk now.
Okay, hold on. The reason why the WNBA is failing is as a brand, as an organization, as a basketball product, is because they're not as entertaining as men's basketball. Am I right?
Facts.
They don't do as well as men. They don't dunk. They don't, they make tons of fucking easy ass mistakes. They literally have a counter of how many times a female has dunked in the WNBA. That's how bad it is. They have to sell tickets. Not to sell tickets. They have to give away tickets for people to come to their games. They have a 22-game season this year. They rather as well, like you said, just get rid of the whole thing. But what you said was out of pocket. We're not having 9-foot rims and bitches in bikinis. Some of them girls are fucking lesbians. They're not gonna have that happen. I'm gonna have to edit that out when I edit this through.
I mean, if they lower the goal, they'll be more entertaining. They can shoot further. Maybe they lower the 3-point line even more. Make more threes.
But that's the thing, though. That's the thing. We already. I might get a little bit like worldly political around here, but we already have it bad with how can I say, with gender equality as it is. I don't want to get too far into it, but what I mean by this is how the treatment. A lot of these people want things to be equal treatment, correct?
Yeah.
So why would we have them have an easier time playing basketball compared to guys? So if we want it to be equal, we will just have them have the same rules. We can't let them have a shorter 3-point line. They already got a smaller ball. I think that's like the only difference they have. They have a smaller ball and that's it. But then why would we let them have an easier time playing basketball when we already have to do it the normal way? Which is why I'm like, nah, just keep it the same. If they have a harder time, that's just because their skill level isn't as good as the NBA. Which is why, again, this is why I said why they're a failing brand.